Hello, it's Kristen with the Fifth Sparrow No More, and I am so excited that you clicked on this video today. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today we are going to work on some thrift flips for the spring, and spring is flowers and bunnies and baby animals, and we celebrate Easter. And once again, thank you for joining me today, and let's get started on some easy thrift flips. Okay, the first thing that we are going to work on is this little stool. And I got it in an estate sale for $1 in Texas. And since then, three of its little legs have fallen off. And I went ahead and pulled off the quilt batting and the fabric that was attached. It was pretty disgusting, and I didn't want to pack it like that. So what we're gonna do is clean it up. We're going to reattach the legs and then recover it. I'm completely okay with the cream colored leg color, and because we're going to be using a free to me, but always look in the linen section at your thrift store, because you can find fabulous fabric for cheap. And this was a curtain, and like I said, I was gifted this, and I'd like to use this large flower that's here in the middle on the stool, and so we will cover it and then reattach the legs, or excuse me, we are going to reattach the legs and then foam and recover it. So let's get started on fixing this little stool. Okay, to reattach these legs, I'm going to put some wood glue in the holes and put the little legs in, and then I'm going to put a brad nail through the top just to reinforce it. And this one, like I said, is stuck. Seems like it's good and stuck, so we're not going to mess with it. We'll just reattach all the rest of them. Now, I use my brad nailer for this, and going to just eyeball where the leg is. See the nails. Yes. We're gonna put another one. I can't rightly remember which ones I did, which I didn't do. Okay, so the legs are in there, and I'd like to center the flowers on top of the stool. I want these flowers to be lined up in the middle of the stool, so laying that out on my table. Put that right on top. This right on top, and you want to like I said, center what you'd like on top, and then make sure that you have enough fabric to wrap around the sides. So in doing that, so about right here is where I need to cut. So maybe that gives me about 2 inches, 1.5 inches. And I'm just gonna cut around the fabric here, and then we will staple this on. I need a sharper pair of scissors because these are not cutting easily. Okay, so we have our fabric cut, and so just so you see what it looks like, that this will be right on top, just like that. So we have the big flowers there on top. So let's cut our batting and our foam to put on the top. Okay, we are going to cover this with foam, and I just got this project foam. It comes in a roll, 1/2 inch. So I'm probably going to cut 2 pieces, one the size of the stool, and then one just a smidge bit smaller, so it can kind of be thicker in the middle than on the outside. Let's work on our foam. So the best way to do this is to just lay down your stool and trace your stool top onto the foam. So there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna lay my stool in there. I'm gonna use my marker, and I'm just gonna trace the stool with my marker and get the shape that I need to cut out. I'm just using a Sharpie marker, but it's not, apparently it is well loved, a Sharpie marker. So I'm having to go over it several times to be able to see the line. Let's cut out that piece, and then we'll cut out one that is slightly smaller than this one. So as you can see, this one will fit right on top of here, and then we'll do one that's just slightly smaller than this one. I'm going to cut off this little piece down here at the end, and then we will cut out a smaller oval from this piece. So I'm going to trace this big oval, and then we'll cut inside the line for the smaller one, because you can see that this piece is not the same size, or it's not as big as this, so it's going to be perfect. You can kind of see that. Okay. I cut right inside of this line. Right inside of this line. And right inside this line. So that, now we're just going to eyeball it. Okay, so this will go on top of the stool, and then the fabric will get wrapped around that. So that is the foam part of it. So now we are going to put our fabric on top. Like that there, like that there. Blue flower, can scooch over just a smidge. This foam makes it hard because it's almost like it's sticky. Okay, and so we will staple that on either side. So one under here, one under here, one under here, and one under here. So we make sure that it's good and tight and straight on there, and then we'll staple all the way around. So one on this side, okay, and then we'll pull it tight. Right, and we'll pull it tight and staple it on this side, like so. And then we will pull it tight on this side. Pull it tight on this side. Now, with these corners, they're not corners because this is round, but when it goes around the corner like this, if we do this, you know, it creates a little pucker. Let me turn this up so you can see. So you can see the pucker there. So what I'm going to do, and I hope that I can show you this very well. So what I'm going to do is pull it tight on that. I keep saying corner. It's not corner, but you know what I mean. Corner. And then like that. So it lays flat. And then I'll do the same on the other side. So it lays flat. And then I'll staple. So it fits nice and tight, and it's not a big pucker of a mess. So once again, I'm just going to pull it like that and then fold it and pull it tight and then staple that. Okay, and then again on this corner, pull it tight, pull it tight, and then fold in so you don't get those big puckers. Okay, there we go. I think you can see that. So I'm going to pull it tight here in the middle, and then I'm going to fold this side, staple, and then I'm going to fold tight on this side, this around, and keep going around. Now, if you find that your staples are not going in very well, you can hammer them in. That would be a good thing to make sure that they're nice and secure. This little footstool is going to go in my room. I am now at my parents', living at my parents', and until my basement house gets made, then I am in an upstairs bedroom. So the upstairs bedroom has become everything. It's my office and my bedroom and my living room and all the things. And so I decided I needed to put this stool together, because when I am doing my Bible study, I'd like somewhere to put my feet. So I prop my feet up on. So this will be great for that. It's not really big, and it's gonna work perfectly in there. And so got those corners and the sides done. So now I'm just gonna go around, and I'm going to staple all the way around so that fabric is super secure. And remember to fold and tuck, if you need to, around the edges so you don't have those big puckers of fabric. This is just, you know, a lesson learned. Don't pass up a footstool that is pretty darn ugly and dirty, with 3 wobbly legs, because it can be Fifth Sparrow No More and made into something that's going to be perfect for your home. All right, so I have stapled all the way around the edges, and that's our finished stool, and it will be the perfect thing to put my little feet up on while I sit in my chair and do my Bible study or read or work on the computer. So that is our first finished project. Okay, the next thing I'm going to work on is this jar. It's got a good seal on it, and I'm going to use this to hold craft supplies. But I bought this for 50 cents at the Habitat for Humanity Restore here in think it was the one in Oak Ridge. And because we are doing all kinds of spring things, we're going to use this IOD transfer, the Ephemeral Melange transfer. And it's got all these beautiful seed packet flowers. Now, with a transfer, you're not completely married to the image that you see. You can always cut out the letters around it, so it's more of just a bunch of flowers instead of a seed packet. So we're going to see which one fits the best on this jar. Then we'll clean off the jar really well and then put our transfer on, and then this one will be finished. Like I said, super simple. So let's cut this one into the shape that we need, and then we'll clean our jar and put that on there. Okay, so I'm going to cut around these flowers. I'm going to cut off the letters. You can always save those for something else, or you can reposition them on your project and use them in a different way. But you're not married to the way that it's laid out on the transfer sheet. So I'm going to cut out these on the side might be okay, but since we've cut these off, let's see what we need to cut off on the bottom. Okay, let's see. That's on there. So this line right here, this line right here is where it cuts off. So, you know, we're just going to cut that off right there at the line. And then we can line that up at the bottom of our jar. So let's go right above the bend of the jar, I guess you could say, and then that's where we'll put, and then we can actually put this back on in another location, and we'll find out where that location is as we go. So let's get this jar cleaned off. Let's put our pieces off to the side to see if we can reattach those in some way. I usually have lemon oil and a scraper to get this off, but I do believe the lemon oil is still in my toolbox in the car. Some simple green and get this cleaned off. So it doesn't roll. And we're going to put our transfer on. Okay, so we've cushioned our piece so it doesn't roll around on us. And we're going to take our transfer and line it up here underneath the, or over the, where it rounds, so where the flat is. And we are going to peel off the backing like so, and then we are going to lay that right on there like so, and then and this stick comes with your transfers. It's just a plastic stick, and you're just going to rub your transfer on your project and then peel back slowly to see if it has released. And see how that's just releasing really easily. And then if you miss some, you just lay it back down and you rub again. Okay, just rub, 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 and get that applied. Going to burnish, rub over it with this transfer sheet to make sure that it's good and stuck down. And then we'll take our pieces that we took off the first time, and then we will cut those apart and reapply those. So I'm going to very carefully cut out the words and separate them. First, I'm going to put this 1911 on. And I'm going to put it right here over the flower. And that can go in here. That looks better there. So let's put that there. Okay. Transfer sheets are so easy to do and take your project to a whole nother level, just like big stickers. Just take some patience to get them rubbed on. All right, so that's applied. So now we just have this last piece, the famous Irish rose, to put on. And I think I like to split it up yet once again. I'm going to cut that in half. Like I said, you can make these transfers your own. Irish rose part on first, so we make sure that we have this spacing correct. Okay, we'll wrap that on. Okay, and then we'll put the face on there next. Okay, so now we have all of our pieces placed onto our jar, and We took one big piece and we cut it up to make it fit our project. And all right, the next thing that we are going to work on is this sign, and didn't get it for the sign. I got it for the teeny tiny little gardening utensils that are hanging off of it. Take them off the sign, and we're going to paint one with Dixie Belle Evergreen, one in Dixie Belle's Silk Mineral paint in Cape Current, and I didn't have yellow in chalk paint, so we're going to use this matte acrylic paint, and it's a yellow, and it's called something yellow. I don't have my glasses and I can't read it. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's first take off our little tools. I knew Dad could do it. So he took off this string that was attaching it to the sign. We're gonna set the sign aside because I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with this yet. And we are going to paint each of the handles a different color. This will probably be a 2-coater. Okay, that is coat number. That is a pretty color of blue. It's almost like a denim blue. I love it. Love it, love it. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to paint the handle. I believe that this will be a 2-coat as well. Okay, our little utensils are, gardening tools are finished. These took about 2.5 coats, and then this took 4, and it's still not that great, but we're gonna go with it. And we're going to sand those, and then we're going to put some Van Dyke brown glaze on them to distress. I'm gonna take my sandpaper, and I'm just going to hit the top here, and take some of that paint off that we just put on and just get it all worn out a little bit. It looks old. Just like that. Like that. Really used, and get this yellow paint off into the spots, just like that. Like that, perfection. And then we'll do the same. And there's no rhyme or reason as to where I am standing, it's just where it comes off. Okay, I think that looks good. We're going to take some of our Van Dyke brown glaze from Dixie Belle, and here's the other end. Now I'm going to take my paper towel, just going to dip it in and rub it on that handle. I take just a little bit on a paper towel. I'm going to dab a little bit off, and I'm just going to rub that on the handle and give us some dirt in those crevices. I'll take the dry end and kind of wipe that off. Okay. Some sauce. And the last one. Okay, they are all distressed and dry. We're gonna put this, I think that it's old trim on there in a bow. Not the best bow tire, so we're just gonna hope for the best. I even watch bow videos and I'm like, oh, that looks so easy, and then it doesn't come out so hot. Well, that didn't turn out too bad. I'm mighty impressed with my boat making there. The other two probably won't look that great, but we can hope for the best. There we go. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? These are the pieces that I'm using. Okay, this one's not as voluminous as the first one, but it's not that bad. Alright, last one. See how this one goes. Okay. And there we go. Cutie patootie.